These are going to be my final predictions for Rams vs. Seahawks week 1 of the NFL season. Let's get into it. So I already made a preview and predictions video earlier this week. However, I have 7 predictions that I want to show you guys today and give reasoning behind why I think these things are going to happen. And then also just give my overall outlook on the game before it actually happens today. So let's get into that video now. So as we can see, in terms of team metrics, according to PFF, the Rams are going to be ranked 25th overall out of the NFL. The Seahawks not far behind at they're actually in front of us at 21st. In terms of defense, we are ranked 26th. I think that's very low. And then offense 14th, 16th, and 16th respectively for the Seahawks. Now, in terms of what PFF is thinking and the betting odds, they're actually giving, in terms of the odds and the value, they're giving the Rams a good value here at plus 5.5. So they're basically just saying, hey, this doesn't mean that the Rams are going to win, but plus 5.5 is more favorable for the Rams than the Seahawks. So you would want to bet on the Rams at plus 5.5 rather than the Seahawks at minus 5.5. And also with money line, they say that there's a bit more value with the Rams at plus 202 because they actually do have a okay chance of winning. And then also for the over versus the under, they're saying that the under is going to have more value than the over, so they're expecting this game to be below, I believe it's 46 points. Yes, 46 points. So they think it's going to be more like 45, and I'll be giving my predictions on what I kind of think after this, but also just a little bit more. Cooper Kupp is out. He was just announced out when I'm making this video, and then also Hunter Long's out, but that was to be expected. And the Seahawks, the good thing here is that Jamal Adams is out. So, Cooper Kupp is out, but Jamal Adams is out as well. So it kind of cancels each other out a bit. In terms of the best bets, like I said, LA money line and spread and the under. But in terms of the rest of things, they actually like Cam Akers under on rushing yards. I disagree with that. They like the under on Tyler Higbee. I don't know if I really disagree with that too much, actually. They like the under on Geno Smith, only passing 1.5 under that. And then also with Tyler Lockett, they think he's going to go under 56 yards. So if you have any of them in fantasy, maybe think twice. And then in terms of lineups, just some kind of key spots here. Byron Young is a rookie. We'll have to see how he plays. Kobe Durant is our new kind of star player out in the secondary. Also, we got John Johnson back. And then on offense, we're going to have Van Jefferson here, who is going to be kind of our number one guy. And then Nakua is going to be filling in at that slot. And let's see how Cam Akers can do behind this line of Havenstein, Tremaine Ingram, Coleman Shelton, Avila, and Noteboom. So that's kind of the basis of what we're going off of here. But the first prediction that I have is that Puka Nacua shows out. So as I said, Puka Nacua is now in the slot. Who knows how much he was going to play if Cooper Kupp was going to play. But now we actually know that he is going to be most likely starting. So Tutu Atwell and Jefferson will be on the outside. They might slide Atwell into the slot as well and have Nacua play some more on the outside depending on how the game is going and the matchups. But I think that Puka Nacua is going to have a few catches here from Matthew Stafford. If he did it with Stetson Bennett in that first game, I think having the upgrade at quarterback with Matthew Stafford, although that wasn't preseason, I think that's going to be very good for Nacua, and I think they're going to try to get him going early and show off, because Nacua has been compared to both Cooper Kupp, who played well during his rookie season, and Robert Woods. And if he's getting those comparisons, might as well test out to see what he's about. So I definitely think above 50 yards and a touchdown is plausible for Nacua, and that would get Rams fans extremely excited. So that's why I say that. Next up, we got Cam Akers gashes the defense over 100 yards and 1 touchdown. Now, let's just take one look at this. We got Boy mcvay. I've watched the Seahawks a ton. I've never heard of this man. We also got Dramonte Jones. I believe Jaron Reed. None of this scares me. I think that our offensive line, if can stay healthy, and so far we are healthy. Other than having signed being on that injury report, he's fine though. If we can stay healthy and all these 5 guys stay out here, I think Cam Akers can run on these Seahawks. Now, there is the problem of Bobby Wagner. However, he is getting older. So I think Cam Akers is going to be able to gas this defense up, and I think he's going to be able to go for over 100 yards and at least get a touchdown. So if you have him in fantasy, I think this is a big week for him, and I think this defensive line is not that great at stopping the run. So I would definitely keep that on your radar. Next up, I think the offensive line is going to play relatively well. This kind of goes with the last one. If we can get some congruency here with our new guy, Steve Avila, and also it's going to be Alaric Jackson, so I don't know why it says Noteboom is starting at left tackle. I believe Alaric Jackson is starting, but either way, as long as these guys go out there and play how they're supposed to play, I think that, Cam Akers is going to shine. And also, if we can eventually get Kevin Dotson out there, I think it'll be way better. But there's a reason Tremaine Ankrum is starting right now. So, I think this is going to be a very good team, a very good offensive line, and it's going to show by, helping Cam Akers kind of gas that defense. Oh, and I also wanted to mention, I think there's going to be less than 4 sacks. I think that Matthew Stafford, if he gets sacked 1, 2, or 3 times, that's to be expected. If it goes over 4, I think that's kind of a failure. So I'm guessing 3 or less sacks from that offensive line, and I'll count that as a win. But yeah, anyways, Aaron Donald on the defensive side shows that he's back. I think he's going to get 2 sacks. It kind of sucks that he was out a good amount last year. However, he's still one of the best, overall players in the league. 3rd defensive lineman in terms of PFF rank. I don't think you can show me a single player in the NFL that has as many ones in a row. Obviously you can't in terms of defense. And he, looks like he took a step back last year. It's really because he didn't play in enough games and wasn't able to get a good enough sample size. But he's definitely going to bounce back, and I think he's going to get 2 sacks. And that's going to be my prediction for him. Next up, I think Kobe Durant gets an interception. Now we can actually take a look back at the Kobe Durant. You can see here in 2022, he actually had a relatively good grade. He had that game against the Broncos where he had 2 interceptions. I think he's going to set the tone early and say, hey, Jalen Ramsey might be gone, but I'm here. It's my team now. So I think that's what's going to be happening, and I think Kobe Durant is going to make that leap to be a star cornerback in this league and get an interception and set the tone early. Next up, I think we're gonna hold the Seahawks to 21 points or less. Now, if we take a look at their offense, yes, they do have a great offense. That's our offense. They do have DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. I don't know if their rookie is playing or not. I haven't checked fully, but if he is, that could be a bit concerning. And Kenneth Walker is a good running back. But the thing is I really don't think that they have that great of an offensive line. So I think as long as we can lock DK Metcalf up, and then Tyler Lockett is aging, I think we can get to Geno Smith. And if we can get enough pressure on him with Aaron Donald and then hopefully Byron Young stepping up, I think we can hold them below 21 points. And that leads me into my score prediction. I think the Rams win 24-20. Now, this would be, the Rams getting about 3 touchdowns, whether it's a defensive touchdown through Kobe Durant's interception, or if it's just Cam Akers, Puka Nacua, and then another, catching touchdown by Tyler Higbee, or any of the guys out there. I think that the Rams are going to win 24-20 with an extra field goal. And then I think the Seahawks will probably get 2 touchdowns with Kenneth Walker and then maybe DK or Tyler Lockett. And then they'll get 2 field goals and end up losing to the Rams at home, and the Rams shock the world. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who do you think is going to win? Let me know. And yeah, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.